Is time travel within the realm of possibility? Could we ever navigate the rivers of time, moving forwards or backwards without disturbing the delicate threads of our own timelines? These are the pressing inquiries that physicists across the globe are rigorously debating at this very moment, and astonishingly, we are inching nearer to unraveling this enigma. Let's dive into an utterly bizarre story from 2002. For a brief, intense period, Andrew Carlson became an enigmatic figure on the stock market, achieving a level of success that seemed beyond the realms of possibility. His uncanny ability to predict market movements raised more than a few eyebrows, leaving many to wonder, was he dabbling in insider trading, or was there something even more extraordinary at play? The Securities and Exchange Commission investigators were adamant. Andrew Carlson's meteoric rise in the stock market defied all logic. This was no stroke of luck. His arrest on February 25, 2003, on charges of insider trading, seemed to mark the end of his perplexing success story. Yet, what unfolded during a marathon 4-hour interrogation was beyond anyone's wildest imagination. Carlson, with a claim as audacious as it was astounding, declared himself a voyager from the distant future, specifically the year 2256. His words echoed in the interrogation room, "Time is everything and everything happens according to the time. I am now here, so now this is my time." Just when the authorities thought they had seen it all, Carlson vanished into thin air as they moved to rearrest him, adding yet another layer of mystery to his extraordinary tale. Now, let me pose a curious inquiry. Suppose you hailed from the future, possessing intimate knowledge of historical events, and found yourself transported back in time, desperate for financial means. Wouldn't leveraging the stock market be a brilliant strategy for amassing wealth? Within a mere fortnight, Carlson astonishingly transformed a modest sum of $800 into a staggering fortune of $350 million, executing no less than 126 commercial trades. It's hardly surprising that such a meteoric rise caught the eye of skeptical authorities. Their disbelief only deepened when Carlson's justification for his uncanny success was met with accusations of pathological lying. As proof, he offered the precise date of the invasion of Iraq. Sure enough, the invasion began on the exact date Carlson gave, March 20, 2003. Many dismissed his fortune as mere luck. Yet, what truly baffled everyone was the complete absence of any trace of the 44-year-old man's existence prior to 2002, the year he allegedly arrived here. Not a single piece of evidence could be unearthed to suggest the man had fabricated his identity. In a bewildering turn of events, an anonymous individual stepped forward to post a staggering $1 million bail for his release. From that day forward, he vanished into thin air, as if swallowed by the earth. When pressed about the enigmatic figure known as Carlson, one law enforcement agent expressed it in stark terms, suggesting it was as if he had vanished into thin air, leaving no trace behind on this terrestrial realm. Whether the story holds truth or merely feeds our imagination, the idea that a human could journey through time, amass a fortune, and then vanish into thin air captivates the mind. Later, we will delve into some compelling evidence suggesting that time travel might be more tangible than we ever considered, and that there may be various methods to achieve it. Time travel has long been a tantalizing concept that has ignited imaginations in countless science fiction films. A good example is the Planet of the Apes trilogy. For those who haven't seen them, envision, if you will, an enthralling scenario where 3 astronauts from Earth make an unforeseen crash landing on a dystopian future Earth. This new world is one where apes have ascended to the pinnacle of civilized society, usurping humans to become the ruling class. Meanwhile, humans have been relegated to a state of primal existence, stripped of speech and intellect, and effectively transformed into mute, unthinking beasts. As the story unfolds across the series, a dramatic turn of events unfolds with 3 ingenious apes managing to repair the damaged spacecraft. With the ship restored, they embark on a daring voyage across the boundaries of time, propelling themselves backward to the Earth of our time. While the theme of the movie may seem far-fetched, in my view, time travel isn't just a flight of fancy, it's entirely achievable. And this miraculous journey can take place in 2 distinct dimensions: physical and mental. First, let's dive into the concept of physical time travel, an extraordinary adventure where a person manages to transport their entire being, body and soul, across the dimensions of time, according to their own volition. According to the principles of relativistic physics, one can embark on a journey into the future at speeds surpassing the mundane progression of time we experience daily, calculated at 24 hours per day. To achieve this extraordinary feat, one must voyage through the cosmos at velocities approaching the speed of light itself. Physical time travel: imagine you're on an adventure, hurling through space aboard a spacecraft aimed at a star 10 light-years away, gliding at a velocity flirting with the very limits of light speed. As your journey unfolds and you reach this distant beacon in what feels like a mere year to you, a startling revelation awaits. You've catapulted almost 9 years into the future. The return odyssey to Earth, consuming another year of your cosmic voyage, unveils a world that has aged 18 years in your absence. This leap through time, this dance with the future, varies solely with the swiftness of your celestial trek. Imagine hurtling through space at the exact velocity of light. At this unimaginable speed, time would cease to exist for you, pausing the universe from your perspective. Now, picture yourself being pushed beyond this boundary, moving faster than light itself. In this realm, you would be darting through the fabric of time backward, witnessing the events of the past unfold in reverse. The fundamental barrier to touching the brink of near light speed lies within this stark reality, your mass balloons swelling ever larger as you edge closer to the light's velocity. This relentless growth demands an escalating surge of energy merely to push forward, ever accelerating. To achieve the exact velocity of light itself would require a boundless sea of energy, infinitely vast, perpetually elusive. This insurmountable requirement ensures that the dream of cruising at or beyond the speed of light remains just that, a dream, forever out of reach. We're still navigating the realm of theory. Indeed, the particles that make up matter carry a certain rest mass, while the particles of light, photons, possess none. For photons, time is a frozen tableau. To them, time simply does not exist. Every moment is merged into one infinite, simultaneous now from their perspective. Imagine, then, if we could somehow eliminate our own rest mass, we might be able to experience the entirety of our existence, our past, our present, and our future, all at once, in one breathtaking, eternal moment. Imagine, for a moment, a realm where not only do phantasmal particles exist but defy all known laws of physics. These entities, known as tachyons, carry with them a peculiar trait. Their rest mass is not just unusual, it's an imaginary number. The realm of pure speculation suggests these oddities of the cosmos likely don't have a place in our reality. Yet, the marvels they would unleash if true are nothing short of extraordinary. Picture this. Traveling always at velocities surpassing the speed of light, these tachyons would perform the ultimate magic trick, moving backward through the fabric of time itself. Diving deeper into this speculative vortex, if there was some arcane method by which we could transmute our normal mass into this enigmatic imaginary mass, we too could dance along the backward stream of time, witnessing the past unfold in reverse. A group of visionary theoretical physicists have brought to light an exhilarating method of time travel, one that dives into the realm of the extraordinary by manipulating the very fabric of the universe. They suggest the possibility of bending space to such an immense degree that it folds upon itself. Achieving this extraordinary feat would require humanity to leap forward, harnessing technologies far beyond our current understanding, technologies capable of puncturing the continuum of spacetime to create portals known as wormholes. At present, this concept teeters on the edge of our scientific grasp. As we advance, the veil may lift, uncovering the path to make this breathtaking journey a reality. While the majority of conventional physicists might scoff at my ideas, I hold on to the belief that much of this seemingly wild speculation could, in fact, become reality within a society that has reached a sufficiently advanced technological stage. These theories merely scratch the surface of time travel in its physical form. But now let's examine a more profound method of traversing time, embarking on a journey through the realms of consciousness alone. Are time journeys within mind possible? There are many accounts of visions, hallucinations and other vivid experiences of both past and future events, experienced by specially endowed people, that have been confirmed as being pretty accurate. Let's take a look at one such case. Has anyone stumbled upon the peculiar tale of lethargic encephalitis, an enigmatic, sleeping sickness, that once swept through a generation only to vanish as mysteriously as it appeared? This affliction was brought to life in the film Awakenings, featuring the stellar talents of Robin Williams and Robert De Niro. Victims of lethargic encephalitis find themselves trapped in a liminal state of being, hovering between the realms of wakefulness and slumber, ensnared in a twilight zone of consciousness. Throughout the day, those afflicted would remain frozen and mute in their seats, utterly devoid of energy, drive, ambition, reason, hunger, impact, or craving. The roots of this mysterious ailment continue to elude understanding. Intriguingly, a Wikipedia article reveals that this bizarre condition has surfaced at different moments in history, yet the explanation behind its occurrence remains an enigma. In 1921, amidst an era when the shadows of lethargic encephalitis stretched far and wide across Central Europe, ensnaring countless souls in its grip, a man named Paul Dienic became its unfortunate prey. This insidious illness soon plunged him into the depths of a deep coma. Consequently, he found himself relocated to a sanctuary of healing within a Geneva, Switzerland, hospital. Paul remained trapped in his unresponsive state for an entire year, leaving doctors baffled. His loved ones wondered whether the spark of his consciousness would ever flicker to life again. Ultimately, he clawed his way back to consciousness and, upon awakening, began to recount an incredible saga of a life far beyond our time in the distant year 3906. His story unfolded into one of the most extraordinary and captivating post-coma tales ever to come to light. Before delving into the heart of the matter, it's crucial to understand that Paul Dienic was esteemed as a professor, holding a reputable position in his community before falling ill. His reputation was solid, grounded in reality, and not once was he known for indulging in fanciful stories or weaving far-fetched tales. Emerging from the depths of a coma, Paul embarked on a relentless journey of documentation, chronicling his uncanny experiences. Rather than being confounded by mere fragments of dreams or fleeting dips into the subconscious realm like other coma survivors, he was adamant he had spent his time in the year 3096, living a completely alternate existence. These detailed accounts would eventually be gathered and immortalized in a publication titled Chronicles of the Future. As he lay comatose, his consciousness embarked on an extraordinary journey across the fabric of time and space, ultimately finding a new home within the vessel of Andrew Northman, a brilliant physicist. It was the year 3096, and Andrew had endured a catastrophic accident that brought him to the brink of death. Amid the shadows of this near-death realm, their minds had somehow entwined, weaving the consciousness of Paul Dienic into the very being of Andrew Northman. When Northman emerged from the brink of death, he found himself conversing fluently in Swiss, a language utterly alien in the year 3096. The familiar faces of his family and friends seemed like strangers, and his past life felt like a distant, forgotten dream. To bridge the gap between his lost memories and his present, those who knew Andrew attempted to rekindle his recollections by narrating the tales of the past millennium. Yet, in a twist of fate, it was Paul who became the unintended recipient of this vast knowledge. Thus, when Paul awakened from his coma in 1922, he was laden with profound insights into the future. It's fascinating to ponder what Northman went through during those moments. Unfortunately, it remains a mystery since. Presumably, he was unable to share any experiences with Paul Dienic's family while trapped in the silent grip of lethargic encephalitis. When he eventually emerged from that deep slumber back into his own consciousness, he must have had some incredibly bizarre stories to share. What lesson did Dienic glean from the future? He wove a narrative of the 20th century, an era overshadowed by the relentless tug-of-war between leftist and rightist geopolitical tensions. Dienic painted a grim picture of the period stretching from 2000 to 2350 AD, a dark era for the human race, fraught with overpopulation, widespread famine, incessant regional skirmishes, and catastrophic ecological breakdowns. The climate will undergo drastic and unpredictable transformations. The world would be engulfed in the shadow of tyranny, with famine and war spreading like wildfire across the globe. Dienic foresaw a nuclear conflict in the year 2309, an ominous prediction that predated its official recognition by decades. To combat these looming catastrophes, there were monumental upheavals in economic systems. Following these cataclysmic upheavals, society embarked on an era marked by significant scientific and technological progress. The mysteries of electromagnetic forces, anti-gravity, and spiritual energies were unraveled, sparking a renaissance of knowledge and enlightenment. Humanity evolved, becoming more spiritually enlightened and attuned to the subtleties of existence beyond mere material concerns. The concept of financial struggle became obsolete as the economy transitioned to prioritize goodwill, communal sharing of resources, and the dignity of all beings. Sustainable energy sources flourished, marking the dawn of a harmonious coexistence with our planet. He envisions a future where humanity evolves into a new kind of being dubbed Homo Occidentalis Novus. Fast forward to a time between 3400 and 4000 AD, humanity enters a golden era marked by an extraordinary spiritual awakening and unparalleled abundance. This future breed of humans transcends secrecy and pretension. In this utopia, individuals live in profound peace, their lives woven with threads of sincerity and unrestrained freedom. Every person is engaged in the noble pursuit of leading a life filled with dignity and boundless joy. For Paul Dienic, awakening in his own body in the year 1922 after experiencing such visions was a staggering jolt back to a reality where none of these wonders had yet come to pass. Fascinatingly, he describes witnessing a screen that displayed images and emitted sounds with astonishing clarity, a full 14 years before the inaugural television broadcast in Munich. He mentions that all forms of governance were depicted as totalitarian, a term that wouldn't enter common usage until after the publication of 1984, in 1949. It's astounding how he foresaw the concepts of climate change, nuclear conflict, holography, and artificial intelligence, remarkable insights for someone living in Europe during the 1920s. He foresees a future in the year 2204 AD, when humanity will embark on a grand adventure, colonizing Mars as Earth groans under the weight of overpopulation. This Martian settlement will flourish, expanding steadily over decades into a vibrant community. After 4 to 5 generations, it will boast a population of approximately 20 million souls. This burgeoning society, however, will meet a tragic end in 2265 AD due to a catastrophic asteroid impact. Intriguingly, projecting from current predictions, the year 2204 aligns well with Elon Musk's ambitious visions of establishing Martian colonies. Wouldn't it be the most groundbreaking discovery in human history if his consciousness leaped forward, either into the future of this very timeline or a different universe altogether? Unveiling these truths would transform our understanding of the universe, revealing that 1. Consciousness transcends our physical form, existing as an entity untethered to the confines of the human brain. Thus, it is free to roam the vastness of existence. 2. Time doesn't just journey in a straight line. It sprawls out in every direction, existing simultaneously. Every era and every moment in history unfolds at once. It's solely our human viewpoint that frames this vast expanse into a single, narrow pathway. However, navigating these visions is like walking on ice, precarious for anyone attempting to solidify a trustworthy belief in glimpsing future or bygone eras. Yet, there's a perspective out there daring to suggest that within the maze of accounts of future or past occurrences, there lies a kernel of truth. Allow me to paint a more vivid picture of an intriguing perspective on this topic. This viewpoint, though unconventional, aligns perfectly with current breakthroughs in theoretical physics. Picture our consciousness gliding smoothly along the fourth dimension of the space-time continuum. It is this journey that creates the vivid illusion of constant change surrounding us. Our consciousness and relativistic time, according to the dazzling principles of relativity, time intertwines with space, dancing together within the grand tapestry of the space-time continuum. Imagine, if you will, that time itself is not merely a ticking clock but rather a dimension as palpable as the very ground beneath your feet, the fourth dimension, or perhaps even the first, in this grand continuum of existence. Our consciousness, in its ceaseless journey, glides smoothly along this invisible axis, etching our path through the fabric of reality. This constant motion bestows upon us the vivid sensation that the universe is alive, pulsating with change. As we voyage down the stream of time, it appears as though all creation moves with us, embracing the eternal dance of existence. Imagine, if you will, recounting the simplest details of the time you last savored an apple. You'd need to identify the exact spot in space where this delightful moment occurred, pinpointed by its specific longitude, latitude, and elevation. Yet, That alone doesn't capture the full picture. You must also note the precise moment in time it took place. Essentially, describing this event requires 4 dimensions. According to modern physics, these dimensions are fluid and intertwined, weaving the fabric of our reality together. Imagine, if you will, a journey where a car travels from point A to point B. This isn't just a single action, but a collection of countless little moments, each pinpointed within the vast expanse of the space-time continuum by its own set of 4 coordinates. Now, turn your gaze towards a car parked motionless in a slot. It might seem as if everything has come to a standstill, but that's an illusion. Even in its apparent stillness, the car is embarking on a silent voyage through the invisible currents of time, traversing the 4th dimension of our universe. Please keep in mind the following revelation. As you stand gazing at that car, which appears motionless, you're actually gliding through the 4th dimension, time itself. Seen from a more profound perspective, the sole traveler navigating this 4th dimension is none other than you, the observer. That constant shifting of our awareness, moving along a singular path through space and time, is firmly rooted in our subconscious depths. Despite the existence of numerous dimensions and an infinite number of potential universes, our particular journey through this 4th dimensional continuum feels unchanging and fixed. Thus, every moment that we perceive as having occurred in our history exists at once, when viewed from beyond the confines of our space-time continuum. Quantum theory and timelines, we are not mere passengers on the journey through existence but rather the architects of our own reality. With every decision, we sculpt our future, crafting it into being from the myriad of possible futures that exist as potential realities. Yet, our existence is far more intricate than we can imagine. We are not merely actors within a single, immutable, block universe. Instead, it appears we reside amid an infinite mosaic of these universes, each a real or potential reality, distinct and vast. According to the intriguing principles of quantum physics, at every fleeting second of our conscious lives, we are actively sculpting reality itself. It's as if we stand at the helm, directing the flow of countless potential futures, choosing our path through the infinite web of possible realities. This means we are far from mere observers in the grand theater of existence. We are bold scriptwriters and directors, etching our chosen narrative into the fabric of the universe. Imagine that each decision we make breathes life into a specific universe from a spectrum of could-be universes, turning the possible into the actual. These myriad paths not only whisper of what might have been but exist in the ether as echoes of potential worlds waiting for us to step into them. These potential realities are also part of the whole picture. Some other beings might be going along those potential timelines, but they are real to those beings, as our timeline is potential to them. Imagine a vast, sprawling passage of time, woven with endless threads of what might have been, stretching out behind us. These are the countless potential timelines, the myriad paths history could have taken to arrive at the precise moment we find ourselves in now. We're tethered to a single strand of reality, our consciousness navigating this intricate web with only our memories as a guide, though sometimes, we encounter the curious phenomenon of false memories. This notion transcends the mere 4-dimensional continuum we're accustomed to contemplating. Indeed, the full scope of our past, present, and future is infinitely more intricate and fascinating. Individual timelines imagine this. Individuals may journey through diverse paths of past or future experiences, each as real and vivid to them as the very air they breathe. These myriad timelines, unique to every soul, somehow converge, bringing everyone to a shared yet distinctly perceived present moment. Remember, though, that despite this shared nexus of now, the way one feels and lives in the present can differ dramatically from person to person. Hence, they might hold entirely distinct memories of identical moments in time yet still coexist within the same present universe, a place where their paths converge or fleetingly cross. The trajectories of their futures may diverge wildly, too. In a similar vein, each person has the unique capability to journey, within the realms of their mind, to moments in their personal or shared history or potential futures. Despite traversing these temporal landscapes, the experiences and events encountered can vastly differ, yet remain profoundly authentic to each individual. Imagine this. Individuals from diverse backgrounds might traverse their own unique pasts or futures. It's not always a universal rule, though. More often than not, Individuals find their lives intricately intertwined due to shared character attributes and the valuable lessons they offer one another. Yet, those faces and stories we encounter through newspapers or television broadcasts, those lives can veer sharply from our own, embarking on wholly distinct journeys through both past events and future possibilities, whether experienced solo or en masse. Beyond deliberate fabrications, this theory may shed light on the countless accounts of intricate and vibrant events from the future or past, narrated by seemingly sane individuals, which paradoxically never came to pass. What would happen if someone influenced their own past? Every time traveler inevitably alters their own history, whether by embarking on a physical journey to the past and causing their grandfather to cease existing, or simply by witnessing events unfold. Quantum physics leaves no room for doubt on this matter. The mere presence of an observer shifts the fabric of the observed, transforming the essence of subatomic entities from nebulous waves into definite particles. In this intricate tapestry of existence, the lines between the watcher and the watched blur, binding everything in a profound interconnectedness. Thus, the simple act of observation subtly interacts with and alters a past event. Through this lens, the fabric of the event is transformed, no matter how slight that alteration might be. Thus, whether standing amidst the heart of a past incident firsthand or merely witnessing it from the sidelines, our presence would inevitably alter it. Hence, the conundrum of the time travel paradox applies to both scenarios. How then do we unravel this puzzle? In truth, there's no enigma at all. Imagine a time traveler, spiraling back into the past, deciding to linger there. This act would not just be a simple journey but the crafting of a whole new timeline, a distinct, bubble reality, akin to the unique experiences we each live through. On the other hand, a time traveler who merely spectates an event from the past would indeed spawn another timeline. Yet, this one is ephemeral, likely to blend back into the parent reality, just as the traveler steps back into the present, leaving only ripples of their visit behind. Practical notes: how can we purposefully navigate our awareness across the fabric of time itself? What magic lies hidden in the shadows of understanding? The extraordinary individuals spoken of earlier, those labeled as clairvoyants or seers, are blessed with a mystical element that remains an enigma to us, the ordinary folks. What could this mysterious force be? At the heart of our existence lies a profound, often unnoticed bond with our own bodies and minds. Our bodies, intricately tethered to the material world and its unyielding laws, navigate the universe through the physical vessel we inhabit. The five senses serve as anchors, mooring us firmly to the ever-flowing river of time and experience. Equally, our identity is intertwined with the vast landscape of our minds, a rich fabric woven from countless thoughts, emotions, memories, beliefs, habits, and more. These attachments weave thick, impenetrable veils that separate us from a vast expanse of inner wisdom, encompassing insights into the past and future, along with knowledge of alternate timelines. These barriers can be termed the veils of ignorance. They sever our natural connection to our innate power to navigate the coordinates of space and time at will. Yet, these veils serve a crucial role in our existence. Without them, the intricate dance of life as we know it would simply cease to unfold. What are these veils of ignorance causing our total immersion into this very real illusion? Basically, they are our misperceptions or unawareness of various layers of reality. They are directly connected to our identifications, beliefs, and other elements of personality, as described in the reintegration system. We often find ourselves trapped in the illusion that we are something far beyond our true essence. In reality, each assumption we cling to about our identity is flawed, for the truth lies in the simplicity of our existence: we simply are. Stripping away the layers of who we think we are or ought to be, reveals that every label we adopt only serves to deepen our entanglement in a world woven from mirages. The myriad attachments we accumulate weave intricate veils of opacity, effectively severing our connection to a vast expanse of intrinsic wisdom. This wisdom encompasses insights into our past and future alongside revelations from parallel timelines. These barriers can aptly be described as the shrouds of obliviousness. If we aim to strip away these veils, it's essential to let go of our myriad desires and fears, our ingrained habits, swirling emotions, relentless thoughts, and the multifaceted aspects of our persona. The most effective method for shedding these layers involves a reintegration process marked by gentle kindness and non-aggression. Fortunately, these veils often unravel on their own, layer by layer, as different facets of personality weave back together in a natural process of healing. Should any remain, we gently coax them away with the soft touch of non-invasive meditative or psychological techniques, treating them with the same tender care as every other strand of personality. When faced with uncertainty about which element to address, we must simply observe the world around us, for the external reality is a mirror reflecting the depths of our inner cosmos. Guided flawlessly by the holographic principle, our journey along this path is illuminated. As we forge ahead on our journey, our awareness will burgeon, casting off the unseen shackles that have held us back. The work of reintegration will evolve to mirror the very essence of artistry, revealing the enigmatic beauty of life in the most unexpected and breathtaking forms. The main result of such an extensive inner work can be one's spiritual growth or enlightenment, while time travel and other extraordinary abilities can only be side effects.